Hi, this is Master Kambai. Welcome to this new replay commentary. I hope guys will enjoy. This is Olaf versus Eagle. This game took place back in January. It was Global League, and we will go over to both profile, both chart. My first thought is Olaf art counters Eagle. Will we see this happening in this replay? I don't know. Let's see. Olaf! Unaffected by snow, but rain affects him the same as snow would for others. Blizzard for 3 stars. Change the weather to snow for 1 day. Winter Fury for 7 stars. Enemy unit lose 2 HP to a minimum of 0.001 HP, and the weather change to snow for 1 day. Now, the longer the game will be, the stronger Olaf will be. The longer the game will be, the more unit Eagle should have if he is a good Eagle player and if he is able to survive the Winter Fury. Eagle, air unit gain plus 15 attack and plus 10 defense and cons to -2 fuel per day. Naval unit lose 30% attack. Let's disregard this trash power for 3 stars. Let's speak about lightning strike. Air unit attack and defense are increased to 20. All non-foot soldier unit may move and fire again. Even if built this turn, use this power after moving. So if you are a good player, a good Eagle player, you should be able to have a lot of unit the same turn. Yes, you will spend money on cheaper unit, but this is the point of Eagle. Mass produce and rarely strike your opponent unit count. At the end of your lightning strike, usually you should be able to have a better unit count than your opponent. If you are already on a losing state, then this means you will make the playground more even. And yeah, let's go to both profile 01, 75 Grim, 45 Olaf, 43 Andy, 37 Sammy, 35 Adder is offline right now. Rating 715.06, so this means he is losing a lot. This also means he has hard time beating higher ranks. Now, keep in mind, in January, I wasn't as skilled as right now. He has 145 wins, 193 defeats. So, even if he is not the skilled type player, even if he isn't that skilled, he has a lot of experience. So maybe, just maybe, that experience will help him a lot in the encounter. Now, let's go over to my profile. Combine need bases. Ranking, rating 935.29, 186 wins, 193 defeats, 59 Olaf, 52 Sammy, 40 Sturm, 36 Eagle, and 28 Drake. I want Drake to be a bit higher. I want Andy to be a bit higher. I want Sasha to be a bit higher, right? Anyway, let's do this replay. I hope you guys will enjoy. Keep in mind, the website is broken. So sometimes we will get some glitches here and there. Let's do this. Ba 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 bow, ba 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 bow. Next turn. Okay, I already see a flaw. Not going for the base. Now, I am guilty of that. I am currently recording, or I should say, I am currently playing a new chapter of Grimm's versus the World, and I'm guilty of that. I skipped a base when I could have jumped on the base. This may look like a small flaw, but at the end of the game, this will affect your unit count. You don't want that. You want the base fast. Now, you should send the top infantry toward the base if you are player 2. If you are player 1, you don't really care because it will take the same amount of time. If you are player 2, you get the extra infantry, and if you decide to go for the chain for early economy, this can be good. This can be an option. If you want to go for the base, then this is another option. But never use the top infantry if you are player 2 to go for a building instead of the base. Because the base is very important for the unit count. Now, with that out of the way, let's keep it going. Capture, capture. Now, I am wondering if this is the kind of game where I forget I need to get my tower. Because these games happen a lot. So he goes for the base, which is fine. Okay, I thought about the airport, which is good. Now I place my black boat to ferry both of these two infantry inside and drop them in this area. Capture, capture, capture. Capture. Capture, capture, capture. Now, I don't know if he will send them there or here. If he decides to send them there, it's wrong. I disagree with that kind of opening. Based on my experience, usually you cannot hold the building too long. So yeah, don't do that. I know they just showcased a good game where two pro players were really skilled and very experienced, and one of the two decided to go for the building in the forest area, but the building is opponent. And sometime in higher rank and higher tier of games, this can be an option to surprise their opponent. But if you're not really good as a player, don't try this. You may lose your infantry. You may lose your time by trying to just get the building fast. Don't do that. So, let's keep it going. He goes for the airport, which is fine. Capture, enter, enter. Okay, so it chose to send it over there. I do agree with that. This is a good use of your black boat. These cities are truly contested, and this is a good move. I don't have much more else to add. You will be able to get some contested building, and that's the point of boosting an infantry. You want the contested building faster. You don't want to steal your opponent buildings because anyway that's your opponent, so they will get it back at some point in the game. So I will tell you props for this move. Tank, infantry, recon, which is really good. I dropped these two. I capture buildings. Anti-air, infantry, infantry, because I don't like surprise battlecopter. And in this specific map, air unit are really strong. And this is why I suspect my opponent on choosing Eagle. I think he chose Eagle because he's like airport strong in this map. And this is true. Eagle is really a good choice. In tier 2, in this map, go Olaf or Eagle. If this is tier 3, I suggest you Kindle if she is opened. I suggest you Dre. And I suggest you Andy because this is a huge map. Flash is also a very good tier 3. I think the weaker takes on this map in tier 3 are Rachel, Sonja. They are clearly the weakest in tier 3 in this map. If you go tier 1, I do suggest Ock because I believe he should be tier 2. But he's really good in this map because this is a big map. And on bigger map, usually global damage is really strong. Because on bigger map, the game will be longer. So global damage always gets stronger. If you play tier 1, I also believe Sasha can be a good pick. Von Bolt, I'm not quite sure. Sturm is a really strong pick if he is opened because of the rough terrain, the heavy terrain, and also because Sturm should be tier 0, he should not take part of the Global League, but this is my take on him. Obviously, in this map, if you play Global League, there is no Javier. If you play tier 1, Grit is somewhat of a choice, but as a seal, I think Sasha can do more. Sasha is just better than Grit as a seal. That's my take. Now, a good Grit can really do well in this map. A good Grit cannot be stopped in this map, but it's really hard to play as Grit, and this map makes no exception. It's very open, it's very big. So you need to be smart if you play as Grit. Next turn. So he goes for that building. I disagree. Because this is a building on my side. Now, granted, this is a contested building. But this is still on my side, and in most cases, the building on the right belongs to the right. And if you go on the top of the map, the building on the left belongs to the left. Usually. But because this is contested, this building can switch around, and this will happen. So, a better pick would be the city by the shoal. And here's the why. It's the most contested city out of the 3. I have played a lot of games where that city wasn't captured until one of the 2 players controlled the area. This is why it's the most contested building. If she goes to the bottom building, it's really not as contested because usually the building by both roads will belong to player 2 if it's on the bottom of the map, and the building by the 2 roads will belong to player 1 if it's on the top of the map. So the city by the shoal is the best pick to capture first, in my own opinion. You will just lose income if your opponent steal the building by the mountains. But that's my take. This is my understanding. This is my experience. So far, so good. Now, I disagree a bit on his placement of units. D just made a video about that in the past. Group your unit in one front. This means send all of your units at one place. And then when you control one area, you can shift front. Right now, he has one tank on each front. He is divided. And this will be really hard for him. Because when you are divided, it's really hard for you if your opponent goes all in on one of the 2 fronts. Now, of course, if you are divided in one of the 2 fronts, you will dominate him. But you will lose a lot of troops because you are divided. And the dead ball will just roll on one of the 2 sides. And once one of the 2 sides is lost, then the winning player can shift front. And since your unit were divided, you will lose the other front as well. Never divide too much. Now, I know at some point you need to divide. At some point, you need to send tanks, recon in the other front where you barely have troops. Because if you just give up on the other front, this is when you lose usually. Because one player control one side, the other one, we will get a stalemate. So, as I mentioned, have a lot of troops in one ball in one side. Control this side, shift. If you have your ball in one side, then if you feel like you have enough units on that side, then you can send the other troops for the other one. And when you shift front, you will overwhelm your opponents. But this is just some basic strats. Battlecopter and 3 infantry, I believe. Oh, base skip. Interesting. Capture. Kill this. Battlecopter and 2 infantry, because I know battlecopter are really good in this map. And as you probably know it already, base skip is a war crime. Don't do that. It will affect your unit count. Never do that. Ground units are the best unit in the game. You need ground units. Now, I will not diminish air forces. Air forces are good. They support other units. But on their own, they are trash. That's why you got ground units. So, now you see, because he has divided troops, I will be able to take several shots at this tank, and he won't be able to counterattack. Now, of course, I don't have anything right now in this area, so he will dominate this early in the game, but this flank is already lost. Because this is the flank where I have a dead ball, this is the flank where I have a lot of units. So even if he took a free shot there, it's my side. And if I am smart, I will just overwhelm him and destroy him. And then once this side is mine, I can shift front with my unit left. And this area will be demolished. Now, at some point, I will send troops there to assist and maybe try to stop him. But right now, it's too early and I need full control over this area. Anti-air artillery infantry, this is well done. Capture, join cap, capture, kill. Now, when I look back, I should have been more aggressive. I had that anti-air there and the tank. Now, anti-air are there to zone out air units. But they can also attack weaker tanks. Now, my thought process at that time is maybe he has more unit in this area, so I was a bit afraid. This is why I didn't attack, and I waited until I have a group of units, my artillery and my tank. So this is not really bad. I just believe if I was a bit more aggressive, I could have controlled this area faster. And yeah, that's just my thought 3 months later because this game took place back in January. So now I send that battlecopter in this front because first of all I see tank. Second, most of my troops are engaged in this area. And yeah, I need a few units here. Tank anti-air infantry. Now this anti-air is to assist with the battlecopters. That tank is to assist in this area. Capture. First strike. This is fine. So here, let's see how it goes. First strike that tank. Sacrifice to damage. Damage, kill, capture, join cap. Damage. First strike, kill my unit. So because I have a ball of unit here, I won this front. You see that artillery? Pow! No more tank. You see that infantry? No more infantry. And in this side, because I got a bit of reinforcement, I can still maintain that front. But most of my forces are in this area. First strike. First strike, retreat. First strike, second strike. Tank, tank, infantry. So far, so good. First strike, kill, damage, kill, kill, retreat, have reinforcement because I engaged most of my troops. And here I did a major mistake. I do that a lot. The tower! Capture your tower before you get engagement. This is an eternal rule. And I will comment on this. That guy moved away his infantry from the tower. In my own opinion, always leave your infantry on the tower. Don't take the risk of your opponent thinking about making a transport copter and driving toward your tower. The moment you drop to one tower against three, there is no way you can win. So let's keep going. Anti-air tank infantry. First strike. Kill, kill, damage. Now he knows I have an anti-air, so I don't really know why he went this aggressive with the battle copter without knowing where was the anti-air, because I will crash that copter. And once the copter is gone, there's no more troops in this area. I still have 3 tanks and 1 damaged artillery that can recover HP. And now we will go back to what I said earlier. You see the building on the right side? It's mine. This goes back to what I said earlier about the less contested building. So you see the building by the shoal, it's still neutral on both sides. This is what I was telling you about earlier in this replay. So let's see how it goes. That anti-air is a good response after seeing 2 battle copter. He should make another anti-air this turn because he knows I have 2 anti-air and 2 battle copter, and 1 anti-air is not enough. Even if that 1 anti-air can crash both copter, it's less likely. It will bump into something else that will damage it. Now, mistake, no anti-air. Now, I could understand why battlecopter, but it's not a substitute to the anti-air. Capture the building. Now, this is my turn. Kill the tank. Well, now, because he was divided, both flank are lost. He has no control over any flank. Now, I have a lot of pressure here. It will fall under my control very soon. This side, it's still contested. It's leaning more toward me, but it's not sealed. He didn't lost the top part of the map. He lost the bottom. Know why? I got 3 tank, 1 damage artillery, 1 damage anti-air, and anti-air is coming to back up. And now the second thing you see, I bought it there because I have 2 choices. Either I send it on top or I send it on the left. In both cases, I will be happy to have that tank as reinforcement. And now, as we can see, there's the second tank and the second anti-air. They are both heading toward the top part because I know the top part is not under my control yet, and I feel like I am winning the bottom part of the map. And this is true about what we see in the replay. My feeling was right. First strike, damage, kill, kill, damage, kill, damage. So now take a look at the unit count. I got better unit count, better economy, better value, but this may change because this is only the start of his turn and we are still in the middle of the game, so nothing is sealed, but he lost that flank. He lost that flank. This is all I will tell. First strike, he kills 2 units, which is really good. Kills my artillery, but he will lose an infantry, and that damage copter is killed next turn by anything that will shoot it. Damage. Now this is a good purchase because I still have 2 copters. First strike. I actually killed it. Kill this. Damage. I actually killed it. So now you see everything is falling apart because most of my troops are there and it was divided. So at that point in the game I already won. We will still keep going to see if he can come back, but I doubt it. Now I start damaging that black bolt because at some point I'm like, okay, I won one of the fronts. I may win the second front, but right now I know I am ahead of him. And I also base my ideas and my thought on the meter. Take a look. 62 against 52. So this proves he lost more value than me. So I can assume I have a better unit count than him. Or at least better value than him. Because I have less charge than him. Now at that point I'm like, okay, maybe this guy will want me to defeat him to resign. That's why I attacked the Black Bolt, because I knew I won. So attack. Rocket, infantry, and infantry. Now I leave my infantry on that mountain to see, but I won't move it too far. This infantry is coming back, so yes, on the front line he will have access to more unit than me, but it's risky. I'm not the kind of player that just wastes a transport to steal the tower, but some players are like that. They want to steal the other player tower, and this is a viable strategy. I just don't like spending resources into that because it's very easy to counter. So he does a lot of chip damage. And look at that. No lightning strike yet. Now, because he has lightning strike, I think instead of making that recon, I would have bought 3 infantry to have more money, or I would have bought 1 recon and 2 infantry to have more money and have more option. But this usage, this formation of 2 infantry, 1 recon, and 1 copter is not really bad. It's just me playing another way than him. So it's not bad right now. It's just fine. And he doesn't have lightning strike yet. So now I am happy. I was sweating a lot. I was like, will he get lightning strike? But apparently he did not. So I was really happy about that. I'm like, oh. I don't know why I didn't use Winter Fury yet. Hey, I'm stupid. I should have used my Winter Fury. Use your Winter Fury! Anti-air tank infantry. Now, take a look at the unit count and the meter. He can use his lightning strike, but if he does, it won't be as good as in normal times. Because of the snow, he will be very limited to what he can do. And this is the purpose of snow, and this is why I do believe Olaf is better than Eagle. Capture, first strike, kill. He probably didn't know I had an anti-air, but he should have guessed it. And he should have front shifted his copters, because I know he has copters there. So he did the right thing. He did not use his lightning strike yet. First strike. First strike. I actually killed it. Damage. Kill. Capture the building on top. Damage. 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 Kill. Now let's take a look. 29 against 20. It's looking really bad for him. But if he can use a good lightning strike, I do believe he can place me to around 25-ish units and he can go to 26. Will he be on a winning position? I don't think so because he already lost. Will he make a stalemate? Maybe. I'm really not sure. All depends on what he does. But right now it doesn't look good. And all comes back to what I mentioned earlier. Commit all of your forces in one point. Win this point and front shift. But don't forget to send a few units to the other front. Because if you don't do it, then you just give the entire area to your opponent. So, how will he react? Damage the anti-air. Damage the anti-air. Damage the tank. Kill, oh well, damage the infantry, I should say. Now, a good user of Lightning Strike would use 14k on his first turn and then 3k on his second turn. You know why? You need 6 units this turn. You have the money for 6 units, make 6 units. This is much better than just spending more money in 5 units. Unit count is very important, especially only losing state. Only losing state you can maintain a stalemate if you have a better unit count or if you have the same unit count. If you are losing and you have a bad unit count, there's no way you can survive and you cannot even come back in the race. You are done, basically. Tank. No. I would have bought tank, Recon, and Recon. Is it 15? I think it's too much. I would have bought 3 Recon. Or tank, artillery, and Recon. Yeah, tank, artillery, and Recon is much better than 2 tank and 3 infantry. Kill, damage, kill, damage, kill. You see, base skipping is wrong. And it's 25 to 24. So if he used a proper lightning strike, he would be at 26 because he had 20, and he still had a good punch on his very aggressive turn, but his unit making was really weak. You should have, if it's a 3-base map, you should have at least 6 unit extra. This is a good lightning strike. So, capture, heal, first strike, kill, damage, kill, damage. Take a look at the unit count. 28 to 22. If he didn't base skip, he would have 2 extra units. 3 if we count the other time he base skipped. So it would be 28 to 25. But right now his value is down the toilet and his income is down the toilet. You cannot even afford a medium tank each single turn. And if I base skip, I can have a new tank each single turn. So at that point, I won. So keep going. He attacked a few units, he kills stuff. $25 to $23. You see, without the 3-ish base skip, it would be $28 to $23. I'm not saying he would be winning. His situation would be just better, much better. Now I am about to get a second Winter Free. Damage, 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 kill, damage. So his very aggressive turns are good, but he cannot maintain it because I just got more money than him, and I use my stuff better than him, and because of Winter Free, I will just overwhelm him. So now it's 28 to 21. If he was smarter, that would be 31 to 21. Better unit count, less value, but unit count could still help him a lot. To cover field, to capture building, better unit count always makes it better for you. So let's see the Winter Free. Push the button, scout the area, realize there's nothing there, so now I just know the game is just dragging forever. First strike, and I kill it. Anti-air battlecopter and 2 infantry. Take a look, 25 to 25, but his value is terrible. Kill the unit, damage, kill, damage, kill, damage, kill, kill, kill. I do believe he resigned, yeah. There's no way he can come back. I think what really crippled him is the base skipping and the fact that he divided his troop. I committed to one field and then I went for the other one. This is why I won. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. A like, comment, and subscribe, all the good stuff. See you next time for more video.